Hi, my name's Sam and I'm from Linfinity Consulting. Welcome to the first session of the Quantum GIS Walkthrough series. In this session, entitled Navigating Your Way Through QGIS, I'll give you an overview of the QGIS user interface and layout. During this session, we'll be looking at 6 component areas in the QGIS window: the menu bar, the toolbars, the map legend, the map overview, the map view, and the status bar. The menu bar. The menu bar appears on the top of the QGIS window. Though the menu heading should be similar to the one shown here, they may differ slightly depending on your operating system, the version of QGIS you're using, and any settings that you may have altered. Many of the features in the menu items are available through the toolbars. However, there are some options on the menu bar that cannot be accessed through the toolbars. I'll emphasize these as I walk you through the menu bar. The File menu is similar to the File toolbar. You can create new projects, save your existing projects, open previous projects, and you can also create and access your print compositions of your maps from here. The menu bar gives you a list of your most recent used projects and print compositions. Additionally, in the File menu, there's the option to save your current view as an image. And very importantly, there is the project properties that I'll explain in a later screencast on setting up your QGIS project. The Edit menu matches the digitizing toolbars. These are currently disabled as none of my vector layers are in edit mode. Depending on your operating system, you may have a settings menu heading. If you do not, as in my screen, your settings will be under Edits. The settings options are important for customizing QGIS and are only accessible via the menu bar. The Options dialog allows you to edit your global settings for QGIS. We'll be looking at this in the next screencast session. The Snapping options allows you to finer control over your open layers when you're digitizing. From your menu bar, you can also configure shortcuts. Your current shortcuts are displayed along features on the menu list. For example, Ctrl+C indicates copying a feature. If you wish to change this, you can click Configure Shortcuts. You can also access and manage your custom styles and symbology through the Style Manager. The Style Manager handles your color ramps for your rasters and your new symbology, marker, line, and full styles for your vectors. Lastly, in the Settings menu, we have a place to set up custom CRS, or Coordinate Reference Systems, also known as map projections. The View menu is linked to your navigation around the map view and corresponds to the Map Navigation toolbar. The items not included in your Map Navigation toolbar include the Live GPS Tracking feature, the Tile Scale slider, and the option to toggle to full screen mode. From the View menu, you can also choose which panels and toolbars to display. We'll revisit this functionality a bit later. The Layers menu allows you to add new layers. It also shows the option list for the selected layer. As I have no layers selected, this is currently grayed out. The same option list is obtained by right-clicking a layer in the Map Legend panel. Through the Layer menu, you can hide or show all layers. You can also edit the layers that are displayed in the map overview. Next we have the plugins menu. The plugins menu is very handy. I'll speak about plugins in the next screencast session on customizing your QGIS environments. Recently, the raster menu has been added. If you wish to add more raster functionality, I recommend adding the GDAL Tools plugin. Under the vector menu, there's a whole list of vector tools. We'll look at this again in vector analysis later in this screencast series. On the Help menu, you can click Help Contents. This will take you to a web page. If you follow the link, you can download the latest version of the QGIS User Manual. The QGIS User Manual is a great resource if you're new to QGIS. The toolbars. If you find that your icons do not look the same as the ones that are currently shown, you can change yours under the Edit menu, Options, the General tab, and then choose your icon theme. You can also rearrange toolbars. Click on the left side of the toolbar and drag and drop it to its new location. On the toolbars, you have the File toolbar, which is again creating new projects, saving current projects, opening existing projects, and creating print compositions and accessing previous print compositions through the Composer Manager. Next, there's the Manage Layers toolbar, which allows you to add different layers like the Layer menu. You can add vector layers, raster layers, database layers such as PostGIS or Spatial Light, and WMS layers or Web Mapping Service layers. The next icon allows you to easily create new shapefiles. The following icon will allow you to remove a selected layer from the map view. The next two toolbars are your digitizing and advanced digitizing toolbars. These icons are disabled as I'm not in edit mode for any of my vector layers. I'm going to remove them from my visible toolbars. You can do this by right-clicking a space in the toolbar area and deselecting the toolbars you don't wish to appear. Similarly, this method can be used for restoring missing toolbars. Beneath that, you have the Attribute toolbar, which allows you to identify features, select features, open your attribute table, do measurements, access and create spatial bookmarks, and add text annotation. The Navigation toolbar is similar to most GISs, which have controls over the map view. Here you have your Pan tool and your Zoom tools such as Zoom in, Zoom out, Zoom to full extents, Zoom to selected features, Zoom to layer, Zoom last extent, Zoom to forward extents. The last icon allows you to refresh your map view. Your map view is where all your visible layers are displayed. Besides using the Navigation toolbar just mentioned, you can also zoom in and out using the scroll wheel. Or you can pan using the arrow keys on the keyboard. Or you can hold down spacebar and move your mouse. These controls work when you're in zoom mode or in pan mode, so they're very helpful for digitizing. The map legend. On the left hand side of your window, you have the map legend panel, which shows the layers that are open. The ones that are visible are ticked on the side. You can deselect one to make it disappear. You can double click on any of the layers or right click and select properties to access the layer properties. Layer properties allow you to edit the symbology and see information about the layer. The layers in the legend panel are rendered according to their Z order. This means, in the map view, if the layers overlap, the layers higher in the list will cover layers below them. By default, layers are not automatically added to the overview map, so you can add them individually or add layers to the overview map through the layer menu. The red square in the overview map shows the current extent of the map view. If you are not interested in using the overview map, it is simple to disable it. Click View, and then deselect it from the current panels. Lastly, at the bottom of your window you have the status bar. The status bar will show the current mouse cursor position according to what units and coordinate reference system is specified in your project properties. The adjacent icon allows you to toggle between the extent of the current map view and the position of the map cursor. The next item shows the current scale. You can change the scale by simply typing a new scale. And pressing enter. If you're working with very big data sets or have a slow system, you can look into the rendering options. The cross allows you to stop current rendering, and the checkbox allows you to disable automatic rendering. The last useful icon on the status bar is the CRS status. Clicking this will open your project properties to the CRS tab, where it will specify your current projection that you're using in your project. And that concludes the introduction to the QGIS interface. Please see the next screencast for customizing QGIS with options and plugins.